Hey, hey, hey.
All right, look at this collection of handsome men.
Yes. And
Good
it's like a
evening.
three-way.
Yes, good
I'm like
evening,
in
good morning.
I'm on the Awesomatics team manager sandwich. I'm in the middle.
Yeah,
Look
you're
at
in the
me.
yeah, you're the meat in the sandwich. Well, Mangler, it looks like you're eating a snack pack. Is that applesauce?
Yes, it's applesauce.
Are you like,
I gotta
I
have
don't
my
know,
Mott's, kid.
6? Are
Gotta
you
have my
6?
Mott's. Hey. No. People eat applesauce. I'm in
No, they
Florida.
don't.
We're old. That's what we do.
Yeah, did you already go to the blue plate special or the early bird, and then
Yeah.
now that's your dessert? Is that what it
Yeah.
is?
That's it. Yeah, I get, was this a tapioca, and I hate tapioca, so
All right. Well, this is a very special episode of Track Rats because we have a man who's staying up late to talk with us.
our
He must
European
really like us.
correspondent.
Yes.
Yes.
We pay him lots of money.
Yeah, all the
Like,
money.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. When lots equates to something that is like negatives infinity.
Hmm.
And so for folks who don't know, the man over here, Mad Max, is Max Machler. I probably destroyed that, but anyway, I tried to put some emphasis on things, and he is the team manager, and a lot of the people that keep the organization going within the Awesomatics team and the Awesomatics business. And so, Max, it's great to have you here. The team just had a very triumphant success at the ETS series, race number 3, that was at Mark's track, right? Um, I want to make sure, though, everyone knows this, so we don't start any scandals. Awesomatics did not win every event at this race. X-Ray won Formula One. All right, and
Right.
with that, let the discussion begin.
Well, I mean, is Formula One a class? I'm not sure.
It is
Oh,
a guy showed up, he ran it. Other people showed up, they ran it. Formula One is a class at the Worlds.
that's true.
Actually, I have to say, since they use foam tires in Formula One at the ETS, the track or the cars look a lot better on the track.
Well, they're not
Before when they
maximum shit
used
now. Yeah.
before when they used rubber tires, it was impossible to drive the cars. So it got a bit better, but still the cars look not that good in my opinion. The overall look of the cars is very strange.
Well, they're very long. They're
Yeah,
not so wide, and they only have rear traction. So whatever. It's hard to say.
yeah.
It's an interesting class. It's almost like if you just could drive them in reverse, it would almost be like front wheel drive. So I think that's a weird class too. So it is what it
Well,
is.
and for a class that's kind of unique and odd, there's a lot of companies putting a lot of money into it, so they have to be selling something and
For
effort,
Probably.
Formula One, yeah,
Yeah.
I I think I think a lot of it comes down to like people's passion for Formula One. Like they think it looks cool.
Well,
They
yeah.
like real Formula One, and
Hmm.
that's why they do little Formula One.
Right. I can
But
see that.
but why the hell they don't do the body shells like the real Formula One?
Because it's too
Then
hard
it
and
would
people are
probably
stupid.
look
That's
cool.
why. Yeah. Well,
You're
you can
frozen,
you
by the
can
way.
who?
You.
No, that's you. Anyway, it's okay. Mangler has like no internet. See, like, look, if you look at my lighting, it's good. You look at Max's lighting, it's great. Mangler looks like he's in a cave that's just like, lit from the front. Anyway, it's okay. So,
Yeah, but you're frozen on my screen.
well, that's your problem. Am I
No.
frozen for you, Max?
No, you're not frozen. Maybe
See?
your connection is a bit sketchy. You're
Yeah.
jumping a bit on the picture, but it's not that bad for me.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. All right. Well, fuck all. All
Yeah.
right. Anyway.
So Max, like we weren't at this race. We can talk shit about the race, or we can just make up stories from the race. But like, what would you like to share about the event?
I mean, this past weekend was a historical weekend for automatics because it was the first time that we won all touring car classes. So all classes we have a car for, and I think since the ETS has that much classes, it never happened before. I mean, in the beginning of ETS, there were only 2 or 3 classes 15 years ago. So it was probably X-Ray or other companies who achieved this. But since there are 6 classes, I think it's the first time that someone got all the touring car wins. So this was a very impressive result for us, I think.
And I think there was another kind of first. There was a female racer that won a class.
Yeah, and actually I found out today, it's not that she is the first female winning a race, she's also the youngest person ever winning a class at a race.
Okay.
So
So
actually 2 great achievements for her.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
It's awesome.
I saw that post from Scotty Ernst. I think that had that fact in it recently. But yeah, no, that's really great. And we got to see the fabulous Freddie Suoff come back from retirement, and he ran a front wheel drive car. How did Freddie look in front wheel drive?
Well, the whole thing with Freddie was probably my fault because 2 weeks ago I contacted him and told him, hey, there's ETS in Andernach. It's not that far from your home. So I expect you to be there at least one day to hang out with us at the track. And the next day I told him, well, if you come, I also can prepare a mod car or a stock car or whatever you want. And yeah, so, and the next day
he
told me,
front wheel?
Yeah, he chose front wheel because he said, yeah, with 2 years off, modified would be too crazy, especially on this track for him. And super stock would look sketchy if we put him there. So he chosen to be in the front wheel class. As full hobby driver, he was the only guy which put outside mirrors on his body shell. So he raced the whole weekend with mirrors on the car.
Well, often people start their bodies with mirrors on the side, but they don't end the race with the mirrors on the side. So
yeah, they kind of tend to roll over.
I put €5 on the right side mirror, but he didn't even roll once the whole weekend.
Okay. What did he comment like to the handling of the car? Did it say it remind him of like an A700 that didn't turn? Or did he say anything like that?
He just said it always pushes. So that's what he told. Oh, I think we lost Mangler.
That's fine. His internet sucks, and that's really the problem.
Yeah.
We'll keep going. When he pops back up, we'll add him back in. But yeah, I'm not surprised they complain that it pushed a lot. All right, here's the Mangler. He's back. Let's go reorganize you guys. Bam. All right, how about now, Mangler? Yeah?
Yeah.
What'd you do? You bought your computer a beer or something?
I
What
just
happened?
refresh, kid. Refresh.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. Anyway, so Freddie said it pushed. It sounds exactly like Freddie's A700 at the pre-worlds and the worlds in 2014. Exactly. He must have been really used to it.
Yeah, I mean, he's also good driving cars. They are a bit slower and pushing. Because, for example, he liked to do the 24-hour race. And the 17.5 RPM limit front wheel class at the ETS isn't that fast. So, yeah. It was good to see him, and he had a lot of fun. And it was super, super, super close. Because I think the first file he won with less than 1/10 in the lead. So it actually was a 3-horse race, and they all were in between 3/10 of a second, right after each other. It looked like a train, like they are connected to each other.
And it is pretty impressive, especially if you think about it. He hasn't driven in like 2 years, and he might be at home driving. Maybe he's on like whatever that sim game is, but probably not. Anyway,
but for sure not.
But
For sure
yeah.
not.
Well, anyway, it is interesting to see Freddie come back. We had a lot of fun with Freddie throughout the years, ever since 2013, and he's been putting up with our bullshit for like almost a decade. And so yeah, no, it's good to see him still, at least coming out and having fun. But
I think
and
we
so
kind of embarrass him and make him blush, kind of almost sometimes with some of the shit we say
oh
and
yeah,
do.
that's the goal, though.
He's like,
That's
oh
how
my
we
god,
break people in. Yeah.
like,
So
what have I gotten myself into?
I remember a long time ago, we at one like the 2013 IIC, we had a little wrench that we made at the time that would help you like take your spur gear nut thing off your shaft drive car, and maybe it'd also help you build the diff or some shit, just a piece of carbon. And so we inscribed a bunch of random sayings on the pieces of carbon, and we had this one that said "strange," and he didn't understand why would we write this on there. And so we had to explain to him what that means, what that's implying. And then he liked it, and he was like, "Oh, okay. I think I could like strange, yeah." So anyway, but that's just the normal sort of bullshit that goes on, and I think after a while he enjoyed, in the pits with us whenever he'd see us around at different events throughout the mostly throughout the U.S. because we haven't run a touring car. The U.S. team hasn't run a touring car out of the country yet. Maybe in Canada, but no one counts that. So we haven't gone to
doesn't count.
Europe yet. Yeah, exactly. Anyway, it's like the 51st state, So anyway, they just have better rules, probably better politicians, but their currency definitely is super shit. So anyway, and so for yourself, like I find it really funny sometimes when you talk about like you're going to this race, and we all know that you spend a ton of time like preparing, getting ready, and whatever, but you went to this race and you didn't have high expectations for the result. Tell us why.
I mean, when I went to the race, I told everyone like this will be my cutout event for the overall championship because the result will be anyway no good. Because
So you just wanted to be a dick? Is that what it was? Like, I like that.
The thing is, the track in Andernach looks super nice, and it's freshly made 2 years ago or 3 years ago. Everything is perfect, but I just can't get along with this layout. For me, the layout just has no flow. I mean, there are some parts, especially in front of the driver's stand, there's a left-hander. I mean, come on. Whoever placed it there, he never drove it a race, in my opinion. Because this makes just no sense. But yeah, anyway. I came there with no expectations, and yeah, somehow it worked out perfectly. Because during the whole weekend, I made about 3 changes on the car, and they are just little changes. Mm-hmm. So I just drove and had an eye on all the team guys and everything and helped where I can. And yeah, in the end, my personal result also came along very well.
Yeah, I'd say so. I wish I could just show up to a race, make 1 or 2 changes, and win. Like
TQ and win.
I have showed up to races, made 1 or 2 changes, and TQ'd, but I usually don't pull off the win. I just TQ fail. Yeah. But whatever, it's fine. It's okay.
Also, I was close to cancel this race because the Porsche team was also at the race this weekend. Aha. And I needed to make a decision if I go to be real mechanic or toy car mechanic.
Well, that would have been a big decision, I think, if you decided.
I think you made the right one.
Yeah, real car mechanic. We all would have been buying X-Ray or Yokomo cars, if you did that.
Not sure if there would be an influence if I'm there or not.
Yeah, it's hard to say. So, and so for like the rest of the team, like I don't know if all of us fully understand all the classes that are out there. I think we get what mod is.
Yeah.
We get what front wheel drive is.
Yeah.
we understand the pro stock class to some degree. It's some sort of motor, a fixed gearing, I think, and maybe an RPM limit or something like that.
Yep.
What are the two other classes that are out there? There's a 40 plus class, Mangler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Yep.
then
Yep.
what about the 17.5 class? Like, can you explain those to us? Because we're just not that smart.
So pro stock is, like you said, a 13.5 turn motor, fixed gear ratio, outdoor 4.5, indoor 5.0, with a fixed RPM limit in the speedo. And then we have 17.5 stock, which is obviously 17.5 turn. Not sure about the gear ratio, if it's 4.5 outdoor and 5.0 indoor, not sure. But it's also fixed, also RPM limit. And then the 40 plus class is just the same as the 17.5, but they're the guys which are 40 years and older. So they split the class that the old guys don't steal the younger generations, the trophies, or yeah.
Okay. And so I guess the question is the 40 plus guys, are they faster than the 17.5 guys?
Actually, I didn't check, but I can.
Or women.
Or women or racers.
Yeah.
Because
I can easily check. I never did.
That's one of the things that I think is sort of interesting, because this past weekend I was also watching this Roar Off-Road National down in San Diego, and to me the most comical thing is when a stock buggy goes faster than anyone with a mod motor in their buggy. That just makes me fucking want to just laugh for days at people. And so the funnier part though is, like, there's actually two mod classes. They have a 40 plus old guy mod, and then they have normal mod, which, is hard guy, like fast capable driver mod. And like, I think the majority of the 17.5, well, I think the pole sitter of 17.5 buggy out qualified the 40 plus mod buggy guy. I think. If not, it was very close. I want to look, but I'm just going to make up that story and run with it. And then,
we don't fact check.
Yeah, there's no need for fact checking. We're like Fox News right now. Yeah. And it always makes me laugh though, like when, like, the slower motor cars go faster than, the faster motor cars. And I don't know, I get a lot of fun out of that. Mostly at the expense of whoever the slow driver is. And, sometimes it's me, and I'm aware of that. And so that's when I don't want to be that guy. And so that's why I look at that, scenario.
You have ran the 40 plus class, so
I have. And I've
kind of relish
with a
it.
Stock buggy. And it was mostly to get more time running a stock buggy so I could suck less with that. That was what I've done. Anyway.
Yeah, strategic.
Yeah.
So I just compared 40 plus mains to 17.5 mains. The overall time of the winners they're like 1 to 1.5 seconds different, and the younger guys are a little bit faster.
Okay,
and
that's good.
In the fastest lap time, it's like 2/10, so single fastest lap time, and run time 1.5 seconds.
Okay. So Mengler, we have a shot. Let's go.
Yeah.
We can go run 40 plus.
We go to Lux. You want to go to Luxembourg? We go to Luxembourg.
Yeah, that shit would be awesome. It's like Laguna Seca of RC.
Yes, it is. And it's a track that's been forever going to be torn up for like the last 15 years.
I think they actually resurfaced the track 2 years ago.
But wasn't it supposed to go away? Like, wasn't it supposed to, like, it was going to get demolished or something?
Yeah. They tell this story since I'm RC racing.
Yeah, like it forever was supposed to go away. Like it was going to get bulldozed or whatever. And like this is the last time we'll ever be there. And
I'm sure when we are at the ETS, they will tell again. Yeah, next year the track will be not anymore, and it will go. But,
It's a good way to convince people to show up.
I guess so.
Yeah,
it's pretty fucking cool. I love that track.
Since it's resurfaced, I didn't went. And I'm looking forward to it. I really liked it back in the days when I think some years ago, we already raced ETS there. It's always a lot of fun because the right side, the Laguna Seca part, is very special and super tricky at the same point. So it gives some extra.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Doesn't
imagine we could all fail right over there. You know, like I don't know. So
I mean,
doesn't
for you guys, it would be already probably a big fail because the track is so fucking big. I think you guys are not used to such big tracks.
we would need like a fucking telescope to see the corners. So
Especially, I tell you, end of the straight, it's far away.
the right side?
No, left side.
Left
Left side,
side?
end of the
Yeah.
back straight, it's
Yeah.
far away.
Yeah, that kind of can screw up your depth perception, especially on a ribbon track.
yeah, just
I
send
mean,
it.
Is what was the track we went to with the last Reedy race?
Steel City?
Steel City.
Steel City. Is this a big track for you? I think it's one of the biggest, no?
I'd say that's a pretty big track. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of small compared to Luxembourg.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, all right. You know, you guys probably have, everyone has a pony. You all have a big ass RC car track, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, whatever. You know, you don't have to rub it in. Maybe we should have stayed in Europe. That's okay. All right. We're here in America. We're making the most of it. All right.
I just want you guys to come over one time.
I know.
Because it's always up to us Europeans to come over to you guys. Huh?
You're right.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys want to come over here. That's the problem.
Because it's
like,
more fun.
Yeah,
Debauchery.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but after 2 weeks, we have enough.
Well, yeah. What do you think it's like when we go to Europe?
Yeah. Well, I would like to go again, and you know, at least I have run. It was
You went to the Worlds.
Was the UK part of Europe in 2020? I think it was. Don't give me that Brexit shit. It wasn't real yet. All right.
It was, but also at this point, I didn't count UK as Europe.
I thought you were gonna make fun of the fact that you were running 12 scale. You know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But
Max is a big UK denier. He like.
Yeah. He actually, I think someday Max is gonna marry a nice British woman.
I can't see this.
It would be really funny though if it happened. I would enjoy
it would be, but
yeah. Maybe
He must like
pants.
good. He likes good dental hygiene on a woman, so don't wish that upon him.
Anyway, so but you know, like also, so you've explained to us a few things, like you know why Freddie ran a slow car.
I do want to go back to one thing.
Okay.
I had talked to Max offline because I was just curious, and in a serious way. The woman who won 17.5, I was impressed because then the thing she's like, yeah, I went home and celebrated with my parents, and I'm like, celebrate, like her parents weren't even there, so she got a ride with the guy who won stock. I don't remember his name, or the 40+ guy winner. I guess he's a friend of the family, and they went together to the thing, and I'm like, so I was kind of asking for clarification from Max, and he said that she's a real wheel, like has serious talent, and if I'm correct,
yeah, it's pretty awesome when you see how she's driving on the track. And what she's doing on the transmitter, you can really see she has a real talent, what she's doing. She has so much feeling to place the car at the right point, at the right part of the track. It's amazing. And also, it looked like she never get under pressure. In the first main, the guy was driving the last 2 minutes in less than 1 centimeter behind her. She just didn't make a mistake. I told her, I would fail like 3 times, but she just didn't. She finished the job. It was very impressive.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. So, and by a lot of skill, do you mean like she's on the stand and she turns and then she lets go to the wheel, and then she gets another corner, turns, and then lets go of the wheel?
Nah.
I'm mostly making fun of other people right now. Don't.
Yeah. There's a whole segment of people out there that race and they let go of the wheel. You know that guy? You're standing next to him in the stand and you hear a spring,
and you hear clicking,
ding, ding,
like,
ding,
what is
ding.
this?
Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, just hold on to it.
Yeah.
That's a. But yeah, no, I was very impressed. And then I mean, I don't know, like do her parents support her or whatever? I don't know, but I mean,
Yeah,
I
they
was
do a
just
lot.
okay, cool. So yeah,
Normally they come to every race. For
okay,
example, two weeks ago we're at the German Nationals at this track,
hmm
and her father was with her.
okay,
And at the last ETS in Eigen, the whole family were with her at the track. So it just depends if they can get holidays from work because ETS always starts on Thursday. So yeah, and
D-
it's just a great community. She comes out
right,
of the area of Berlin,
hmm
and there are a few guys also like Stefan Schulz, the front wheel X-ray driver who won the European Cup. And whenever they can, they just bring her to the races if the family can't. So this is really a great thing, and it
yes, it is.
shows that the community is really big. No matter what car you drive, no matter what class,
Right.
if you need help, you get it. So
Does she
I mean,
work
it's
on her
also
stuff a
it's
lot?
also what do you mean?
Does she work on her stuff a lot, or does she have people work on it for her? Or
She really start now working on her car herself,
okay,
but the guy Manuel Stankovic, the winner of
okay,
40 plus, who take her to the track, he explains her a lot and helps her a lot, and they prepare the cars together and everything. Also, her father, he prepared a car at home, and at the track, Manuel take care. And yeah, for example, on Thursday she came over and I checked the car, found a few little things. We fixed that, and I showed her how to rebuild the dampers and how to set the car on the setup station. And actually, during the weekend, after I showed her how to set the car on the setup station, she did it herself. So after every run, she checked camber caster, downstops, everything, made sure the car's flat, and yeah, it worked out very well. So she's
Better than me.
keeping, yeah, for sure. And the car also looked better than yours.
that's awesome. I mean, I just think it's very special that there's a community that out there that supports. We've always said that we need more women
Yeah.
in this hobby. I mean, I don't. Looking at all you fat dudes just is not fun. And so anyway, yeah, it's nice to have a presence there, and the fact that she's done very well, and the first and youngest is pretty impressive. So I think it's a very special thing, and congratulations to her and everyone, and Awesomatics for supporting her, and hopefully she'll be in pressuring you in the next year or two.
We already said past weekend, like Simon and me, whenever she step up to 13.5, we need to move to mod or something because she will demolish us.
I'm
Good.
And
I'm
also,
still
also,
waiting for
also,
you and me to
Lucas
run mod
already
together.
is worried when she comes to mod. So Lucas told when she comes to mod, he need to stop or wait 2 years and try front wheel like Freddy.
Well, there was that one. There was that one little one woman. She was like a kid though, like Matt Carlson or something like that. She was like an X-ray driver. Raced a
Ah,
lot of
yeah,
off road.
Marlene Carlson. Yeah, I
She used to
remember
be
her.
like, she was like 12 and just whipping dudes' asses. And I don't know what happened to her. I think she's riding bikes now or something. But yeah, she was impressive.
I think she is into real motorsports now.
Okay.
Hmm.
I think she started with any Formula class or karting.
hmm
Not sure. Some time ago, I saw something in Facebook.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a wheel. I mean, she went to the she was at the Worlds. I think she made the A in the Worlds. She was only like 13 or 14 years old.
Yeah, I think so.
Or Europe, maybe the European champions. I don't know. It was something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, she had really good skills.
yeah, she was crazy.
Yeah.
Better than I could ever do. That's for damn sure. Not saying a lot.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Eh,
Don't sell yourself short there, Mangler. All right.
hey, I know what I'm capable of and what I'm not. And some of the shit that she was doing, I was not capable of. And hey, I'm just being honest. There's a lot of people out there in the RC world who think they're way fucking better than they are. Unfortunately, they have delusions of grandeur. I actually understand where I fit in the scale of things, and I just try to maintain or do a little bit better. And you know, that's it. So, I'm a realist. What can I say?
All right.
Uh,
So,
and
and I guess the win for Mark, returning to like the top step of the podium, that was a good thing to see. Mark, you know, I think a lot of people got introduced to Mark, I don't know, a decade plus ago, running a Tamiya car, winning a Worlds, etc. And so it was great to see him with some success with the Awesomatics, and it's probably good from like a momentum perspective, heading out to Worlds in probably just like a month or so, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Any
Worlds is in 3 or 4 weeks.
yeah, any interesting like notes from the event? Like in the last few weeks or last few ETS events and other larger events, the only thing I've sort of taken notice to see is that it looks like Yokomo has a decent car all of a sudden.
Hello.
I might have lost you guys.
Obviously, the new Yokomo car shows really good pace, especially. Hmm? I still hear you and see you.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
there's a
Keep
delay
going.
going.
Whatever.
Okay. Yeah, the Yakumo car seems to do really well in modified and also in stock class. So there's Enrico Young in the pro stock class. He really showed some good pace in practice and qualification. I know he had some bad luck in some runs, which prevented from a better result. But we really see that the car is able to show great pace, especially with Krappi and Yannick in modified. The car is very consistent during the run. So what we noted that the car has less fall off at some conditions, and it's maybe a lucky shot. I'm not sure, but it's doing well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's interesting to have that many now manufacturers, I think, at the top, because ET or the X-ray guys have except for the ones that really like to race who showed up this past weekend. They've mostly not run the ETS events ever since somebody got hit or whatever, they were crying about something. Anyway, but we now have the X-ray car, the Mugen, the Awesomatics, and the Yokomo that look like they're serious competitors right now.
Yeah, I mean also Michael Orlovsky was there this weekend, and also his Schumacher car looked pretty decent in some runs.
Yeah.
But so there's a good mix of cars right now.
Yeah. What about are there any brands that like, and you don't have to say this, we can say the Savage things if you want. Are there any brands that just look like they have no shot like going into the worlds, like maybe it's Serpent or it's Tamiya or Kyosho or I
Infinity.
don't know.
I actually think there will be not even in Tamiya. Yeah, there will be in Tamiya, and German guy, two German guys I know, but
Okay.
likely they will have no chance for winning the overall title. Kyosho, I think they don't even have a touring car anymore.
Okay. There's no more
Serpent,
Stallion or anything like that.
I don't think so. Serpent could be strong. I think they are sending Alessio Maceo, the Nitro guy.
Mm-hmm.
He for sure has some serious skills. Yeah, I mean, I think everything is open at the Worlds because the track, I hear they will actually change the layout, so everything should be new. So,
Huh?
not
How are they
sure.
gonna change the? How are they gonna change the layout?
I have no clue. There will be for sure some Italian way to do this. I don't know.
It's called a chicane.
Yeah, that's what I thought about, to put a chicane on the backside or something. But some guys told me, yeah, they will make some corners in a different shape and stuff like this. But not sure. We will see. And
What tire is going to be there?
hot race.
Ugh.
Hot race tires, no tire warmers, and 5 minutes additive only.
Is it spec additive?
Yeah, spec additive, and not sure how the rules were back in the days in US for the Worlds, But already in
It
South
was,
Africa, it was like this. You got the
yep,
tires like when the group start, the group
hmm
before you start, you get the tires,
correct.
put them on the car, apply additive, and when they finish the run, you clean off the additive and put the car on the track.
Yep, same crazy rules. And then, what we were required to do was to just purchase all tires, and you would basically
Yeah,
run tires every other run, new ones.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you had one shot to like go through all the tires, sand,
Yeah,
balance, and do whatever you wanted to them.
yeah. You prepare them and then you write yourself on the back of the tire when you want to use this set,
Mhm.
and then you always will get it before the run. That's how I know it.
Is it
Yeah.
going to be like a 32 or 36? Do you know?
36.
Mm.
Actually, the tire is super good. I went to Gubbio, not sure, 3 or 4 weeks ago for 1 full week for testing,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and I was pretty amazed by the performance and quality of the tire. The thing is,
Well,
for sure, like every asphalt tire I know, the first run is the fastest. But it was impressive that you can do like 10 runs, and from second to 10th, the lap times were consistent. So you were really able to work on the setup and see your setup change did, and not how the tire wear out. So that's pretty a good tire, I think.
that's good.
Yeah.
The one thing I really remember about the hot race tire in the 2014 Worlds is just in the pre-Worlds there was a bunch of blowouts,
Mhm.
and they chose like I think it was a 34 or a 32, something that seemed too soft for Florida when it was underneath the tent. It was 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and
Yeah.
but yeah, it was interesting. They fixed whatever the issue was. I don't think there was a seam based blowout at the event, and they also made the straightaway much shorter. But yeah, and it's good if they've learned something about making touring car tires over the last 8 years. That's
Not every
positive.
brand.
Well, I know we ran hot race tires. I think they were 36 in Miami this past year at the Grand Prix down there, and they were good there because that track had like it was a nitro track, and they had so much caster, and it was just really it was really tacked up, and they did well there.
Yeah.
Brought them back to the local track, and I couldn't even make a lap. They would just spin out. Like,
Yeah.
and I
I
put on the
mean,
regular tires, and we were fine again. Like they weren't that great. So, yeah,
the the track in Gubbio is also a gas car track,
yeah.
so it has slightly banked corners.
Hmm.
And the thing is, like when I was there testing 4 weeks ago, um, it was before the actual 110 gas car championship happened. So there were not so many foam stuff on the track. And 2 weeks or 1 week ago, there was the Monaco Race of Champions in Gubbio. And yeah, the track was totally different because like Simon and Michele, our guys, who went there, the setups I gave them, they didn't work at all because the track was so much different. And you could even see on the pictures, like
Mhm.
the line where was completely black compared to when we went there. So it was a huge difference.
Mm.
But on Saturday, they had some rain at the race there, and all the form stuff came out of the track, and it was completely changed for main days, what I hear. So I think when they now also change the layout a bit, that the conditions will be likely more compared to when I went there than what they had at the race.
Right.
But this is only guesstimating. Not sure,
Yeah.
but could be.
They could also pressure wash it or do some other thing too, maybe.
Yeah.
So that
And I mean, if there's more rain in the next days till the worlds, it does itself likely.
right. No.
Mhm.
Well, cool.
Yeah, no, that's always interesting, and like it's one of those things too. Like the whole fact that you went there, you've already run on the track a bit, so you've already invested a bunch of time and energy, in the track.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you just get surprised when you show up to an event and it's different than what you expect.
Yeah.
And like I got caught out with that last year at the National Asphalt Nationals that was hosted at my own track, or what used to be the track that I helped run. And Mangler is about to get screwed over by that at his track.
It could go in the right direction for me though. Like
it might.
it might.
Yeah,
It might swing my way.
You might have went from having a car that wasn't a winner to one that is a winner.
Well,
And I went from having a car that could win to just it fucking having no hope. So anyway, I guess what I'm wondering is, what's some of your like prepared, like what do you do showing up to an event like this to try to get the best result? I'm assuming you're showing up with two cars, and maybe one has one setup and the other one has something very different.
My plan is that I will have my main car ready with the setup I developed when I went there for the week. Because in my mind, this car still will work with all the stuff happening on the track the next few weeks till the race. Then I will prepare a second car with the setup from Simon, which he used at the Race of Champions. Because to the end, he had also a very good speed. So if the conditions more like the Race of Champions, I can use this car. If the conditions more like from the like when I went there for testing, I can use my car.
Yeah.
And then probably I will prepare even a third car and just throw in our basic setting which we use at ETS now. So if nothing works from the other two cars, like my pre-testing setup or Simon's race setup, then I just throw in my ETS car and start working from zero, and we'll see what this car does and make adjustments. That's my plan.
Okay. And and that's just for you, because you're going to be racing spec at the event. What about like, what's the plan for, say, Mark and some of the other mod guys? Something similar?
Yeah, I think similar, because Mark went with me for this 1 week testing. So we worked out a setup for him there. For sure, one car will be with this setup. Second car likely will be his current ETS setup, which we developed with him the past two races there. And I will prepare a third car for him, but this is only the spare, because with him we will focus on these cars, on these two cars. And at the moment, this is the plan, but we'll see.
Okay, cool. And so one of the things I thought was interesting after hearing you guys talk about these tires and like how much side bite they have, I thought it was interesting how high you have your lower arm on the car. And like, I think I looked at the setup sheet and it was like 2.5, 3, 3.5, 3.5, something like that.
Yeah.
And I guess, have you ever tried just lowering the rear arm?
Yeah, I tried, but in stock class, with the driving style I have and Simon has, it's hard to remove side bite, because we throw the car in the corners so hard that it's likely we get over rotation, especially with using the Wolverine body shell in the position we use it and everything. So, for example, Mark is running lower roll cylinders in the rear. I think he is 2.53, 2.525. So actually in the rear 1 mil lower.
Okay.
And because he wanted the rear to be a bit more floaty. And our setup in roll cylinders. I mean, this weekend, not sure if you saw my setup. I just posted it today.
I did.
I used anti-squat in the rear to get even more steering this weekend and more rotation, because in Andernach it's a bit crazy. The asphalt is so fine, so yeah, it's not rough at all. And the thing is, the car always tends to push, and the goal is to get enough steering without losing the rear end. Because sometimes I discovered with just very small setup change, I destroyed the balance of the car completely. So for example, like 1 mil change in roll cylinders caused that I could not drive the car anymore at all. So the window, what you can do in Andernach, for me, is crazy small. And this is why only tiny steps were done to our basic setup, which worked great from the beginning.
Yeah, I changed a sway bar this weekend myself. I went from a
Wow.
1.0 front to a 1.1, and I couldn't drive the car almost.
Yeah, sometimes but it's not a general thing. It depends actually on the grip on the tires and at the track and at the humidity and at the tire temp and at the track temp.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Crazy.
people ask me what I do at a track, and I just cannot do or cannot give a general recommendation because it always depends when I drive the car what I feel.
Yeah.
So after this, I decide what I could do because it's never the same. So
Yeah. The one thing I did notice though, and I don't know if this is standard for ETS or not, I saw on top of your AM06, you only had 1 mil of shim.
yeah,
And, I'm assuming that, brought down the camber gain a lot and that, really helped like remove some of the side bite in the car.
yeah, side bite, and it just keeps the corner speed higher. I mean, in modified, we are running a bit higher, but in stock class, we need to maintain corner speed. So we basically always run with these tires at the moment 1 mil outside.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever spent much time running different shims on top of the AM06 front and rear?
Yeah, I did, but it always ended that I destroyed the balance of the car.
Mm-hmm.
Currently in modified, we are running different shims with Mark in front and rear, and
Yeah.
Lucas does also. But in stock, like told, we're just not as good as Mark or Lucas is. So my skills are not that good, and I need to have a well-balanced car.
Mm-hmm.
So if the rear end of my car is loose, I'm not so good to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
So I either need a car which pushes a little bit, then over rotates like hell. And for this reason, balance is key for my car. If the balance is out, super hard to do for me.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Where I had my balance issue this past weekend was in like high speed sweepers,
Mhm.
which for me is like the scariest place for it to be bad in. It's just
Yeah,
like, like you're gonna like basically wreck the car and you're just trying to hang on. I even pulled my car in the main just because I was like, I'm not catching anybody and I'm about to like the people I'm lapping are about to crash into me, so there's no point in doing this. So I don't know.
I mean, at the track in Andernach, not sure if you have the layout in your mind now, but on the right side, there's a small chicane
Mm-hmm.
before you go on the long bow on the back straight.
Yeah.
And in this chicane, with fresh tires in stock class, the first lap, it's possible to do it full.
Mm-hmm.
In the second lap, it's not possible anymore. So you actually need to lift. And this is the most scary point of the track. And this is actually the point where I always test in the warm-up if my setup is good or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I lift there and the car over rotates, I know I'm in trouble. Because actually there's like full punch out of the corner. It's already to a high speed. Then
Yeah.
lift and steer. And if it's snap oversteer there, not an easy task to handle. Because
So
you actually need to keep the speed to
Mhm.
during this corner. Otherwise you lose like on the back straight because you
Yeah.
lifted. So
what would you do if the thing snap over steering? Would you have someone take out some rear droop, or would you just take some dual rate out?
Or be careful.
I mean, if it's practice, I would reduce the rear droop. So if, for example, at the moment I use like 4.6, I would go to 4.8 or something. Or I would try a heavier sway bar in the rear, or make the rear damper a bit stiffer from 3 to 3.2 or something like this. But yeah, it could be also a weight placement thing, like shifting more weight to the front, stuff like this. But basically, like in these cases, I really like to play with the droop because it's an easy fix without such a big influence on other parts of the track. And for example, I often do 0.1 changes on droop or down stops. And I know not many people can feel that, but for me, it sometimes is a really big change.
I do like a half turn.
Yeah, this is 0.5. So yeah.
Go big or go home. That's his
Yeah.
motto.
I'd be like, hey, take out 6 hours. You know. Anyway,
It's like a
I use
fucking
a
nitro
nicer
motor
term
over
I
here.
do. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes when we are at the track and I see Mark or Lucas going around, or Freddy, or even I'm driving, then I ask sometimes Lucas to turn out like half a turn, like you told,
Yeah.
just to do some basic tests to see in what direction we should go on this track. So yeah, sometimes this is a thing, but when I have already a good setup, I never do that big changes. So for improvement of the setup for the race, I go in 0.1 or 0.2 steps.
Have you ever heard of anyone running 2 millimeter worth of anti-squat?
Nope.
Okay.
That's American thing, I think.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna play with my arm heights maybe this. I think I'm gonna get to the track on Thursday, and I'm gonna try a high roll center car actually with the current setup that I have, and just to see if it has any more or less grip in it than the current setup that I have, which is, I would say, relatively low. So
yeah, I mean, you know, the thing whenever I see the setups you guys use or develop at the moment, my head is close to explode because it looks so far off from what we are doing. But
Tires, man.
again, I understand that the difference, that the track condition, tires, and everything is so different. You can't compare anything at all. So
Hey,
in the past,
D,
it was,
E, and F hole. I'm telling you, man. It's fucking. It's
yeah, it's impossible.
no,
I mean,
you could put screws in all 3 of those holes. They fit.
It fit.
Yeah.
I know, but no.
And it's like $15 worth of screws. It's a good sale. All right.
That's a good point, but no.
Like, no, you dumb fucks, no.
Oh, yeah. To me, what's really funny.
Whoa, hey, hold on, real quick. What we
Okay.
need to do is we need to send him like 3 sets of these fucking tires and say, here, go
but
to your
but
local track.
the thing is that actually, if I use your tires, it will still not be the same, because
I
the
know.
asphalt and the tarmac and stuff you guys run on, and you sometimes run on spray tracks and stuff like this, it will not match anything at all. So the only test to experience the shit you are doing, I need to come over again.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I would love to go to an asphalt race where I have tons of side bite.
Yes, me too.
I couldn't wait for that. That would be great. It'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So
the only track that's like that is Coral Springs down here, and it's just crazy side bite. And it doesn't. I mean, it's the only track that we actually tires squeal at, right, in Florida. And so I've always, I saw you guys running it at Andernock, and it was just like,
Yeah.
I'm like, that's amazing.
First corner.
Yeah, that's awesome.
First corner. And I always think whenever I put new tires on the car and do the first lap, I can hear the tire scream, "Oh no, why him? Why him?"
I thought that was just what happened on your first dates. No?
Yeah, probably same.
Yeah. Anyway, well, Max, we don't want to keep you all night. We know it's like basically 1 a.m., I think.
Yep.
One last thing, real quick.
Okay.
I want to say congratulations on your European Championship for Automatics. Oliver is now the new stock European champions.
Yeah. You guys are cheaters just like Americans. Yeah.
Can you briefly quickly summarize? I guess the question we always have here is like, don't you guys pre-tech motors?
Actually, you go to the tech and at the Euros, and they mark your shit. So they put a sticker on.
They don't tech
it. And they do like a mark with what's the nail polish.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
but wouldn't they have seen you have like fancy screws in your motor and then said, I can't tech this?
Likely yes, but with the Orca motor, it's hard to see because the screws are from the backside and they do the tech with the motor inside the car. So it's
Ooh.
basically no tech. You go there, they put it. It's not like the US. I mean, I know how you guys do it. Put the motor
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
actuator and measure. That's not happening here because it was never needed actually.
Wouldn't the
And
first clue be that the Orca motor was fast?
I mean, the motor is not that bad, and I would also say that
We got guys in America that are saying that it's fucking shit. So I just
There was a guy one year, he showed up to a nationals at EA's track. There was 21.5 and 17.5. His 17.5 Orca was the speed of 21.5 cars. He packed up his shit and went home.
yeah.
So
What should I say? I mean,
mod stuff.
mean,
Hey, I think it's great.
yeah,
Stock, we haven't seen it over here. Like they're not
Yeah.
sending us the good stuff.
yeah. It's actually interesting. One guy did a Facebook post this week where he compared steel and aluminum screws with the Orca motor. It's quite a big difference. What I would say, because I raced against Alex at other races, also indoor, when he used Orca and I used Hobbywing, and we had the same speed. And so, not sure. I would say he would also have won the race with steel screws because his driving was on point at this weekend. And
the car looked very good.
The car was very good. So I think the difference of this was not what he made win the race.
Right.
That's my point of view.
It's unfortunate that the tech and the organization didn't find this before it all started. You know, at least for the one where you just had screws that were different. It sounded like there was another motor that had like other problems in it. Maybe a rock got stuck in it.
Were they both Orca motors?
One was Orca and one was Hobbywing.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, actually, you guys, I'm not sure if you did, but you can read the report at the EFRA page.
We don't
There's
read things.
There's everything in.
Well, that's why we invited you on, so you just fucking tell us. I mean, goddamn, you think we're stupid?
You
Yes.
guys can't read or what?
We can't read.
No.
It
Mongo
might as well
can't
have been in, yeah, they should have put it in Latin, you know, because like we don't read that either. But you know, English, we hardly know how to spell.
Well, yeah.
It's fine.
All right, but
Yeah,
thank you for explaining that, and I mean that's
welcome.
pretty. Yeah.
And maybe just a question or two, and I'm going to hide us all for half a second. I think we can hear it, but I'm going to do an advertisement. So
Can't hear shit.
maybe no one can hear me when I do that. I don't know. I suck.
No.
Nobody
all
hears
right.
you.
Well, anyway, okay. So maybe I make us smaller. Let's see. There's got to be a way to make us smaller. No, that's not it.
Move us to the
That's not it.
side.
That's not it. That's not it. All right. We don't know how to do it. So anyway, are we going to see you at the NYGP?
I hope yes.
What is this? I hope.
What's the
That's
fucking hope
like-
shit?
That's like
Wish
me
upon a
saying
star? What the hell?
if I'm going to be in Florida on Saturday to practice or not. Because like right now, I don't know yet. And I should have had tickets like a month ago.
So let me tell you, I had a talk today with Mark because Mark is also planning to come, but so far we didn't check flights. We didn't check when we want to fly. We didn't check how long we would stay.
We lost him.
Oh shit! Fucking Mark shot him.
Yeah. His internet just died. Okay, you're back. We got you. We almost can hear you. Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
Anyway, he was just making excuses. It was almost as bad as me.
I think he was
Holy
blaming
shit.
it on Mark.
Maybe.
I think
All
that's
right,
what
hold on.
doing.
He's back. All right.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, so far we didn't check flights, hotel, how long we want to stay, and anything at all, because all we have in mind at the moment is Worlds.
Mhm.
So, but I told Mark that I will look into everything this week and make a decision. I would love to come, and it's on the list. But so far nothing is booked.
Just let me know. We'll see you in October. Okay.
See ya.
Yeah. All right. We'll
Okay.
see you and Mark in October. Okay.
I hope.
No. We'll see you in October.
I mean, if I don't come, maybe we can do a live stream again and you see me, or it's the same.
No. That's not how we do it. No, it's not the same. But similar, but not the same. No. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, anyway, I look at it as this is the present you're going to give me as a wedding gift to show up in October
Fucking
at the
A.
NYGP.
Fucking dude.
Now this is What should I do now? So
You could just
fucking
leave.
hang up. Thanks, man. We appreciate it. Just, I gotta go talk to this clown for another fucking hour. So, or fucking whatever. And
Yeah. But
Thanks
anyway,
for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
best of luck to everybody. And we're always kind of chatting, but it's great to see you. Okay.
yeah, it's my pleasure, guys. Always happy if I can join. So
All right.
All right.
I know
Thanks, man.
it's late here, but I try whenever I can.
Yeah.
It's
You're-
worth it.
Yeah, you're a good guy. I don't care what the X-Ray team says about you. You're a good guy. Okay. Yeah.
All
right.
man. Thanks.
That's Max Mockler, our friend from Germany. So thanks again, Max. And
European
best of luck.
correspondent.
Yeah. Yes, he's a track rat, folks.
Yep.
That's what he is. He's a track rat. All right. And best of luck to him and all the people going to the IFMAR Worlds. I know we're not sending any people from America or Canada because we just
Sadly.
don't want to get. I agree. And I think it's just because we don't want to get the shit kicked out of us. And so
Yeah.
we're all a bunch of pussies. And that's all I have to say.
Probably
Yep.
not wrong.
No.
Hey, I will go to a race and be in the D main. It's okay. I'm all right with that.
We'll work on next year. Next year, asphalt season, ETS. You and I will work on some shit.
Yeah, and we'll fail in foreign lands. It'll be great. I can't
Yeah,
wait.
we'll
We
bring
are
our
all
bullshit.
looking forward to this.
Yeah, we'll bring our bullshit to fucking some foreign country,
Yeah.
and the people
Maybe
won't
we can
even
get
know what the.
arrested.
Yeah, the people that'll happen in the pits. They're like, "What the fuck? Let the Americans in?" Like, Jesus Christ.
Scotty will
I
be
can
like,
tell you-
"No, I'm from
Wait.
Canada. I'm from Canada."
When you guys come over, I tell you, it will be a clear thing. Everyone will watch your first laps. Everyone.
Oh,
Because
I'm gonna
we
send it right in the
expect you to
fucking
fail.
grass.
And I'm going to run your car on the first lap.
And I when you guys come over, I hope you start with a setup from the US tracks.
No, I'm
This
giving my
would
shit to you.
would be amazing.
No, we're just going to get cars like Freddie did from you.
Yeah,
Why do
you're just gonna
We're
bring
showing
us
up
shit.
with radios and batteries, and that's it.
Yeah,
No
fucking, you're
cars.
providing the cars, motherfucker. What do you think we're gonna? Goddamn.
Hey, whenever I come over to the US, I also need to bring my own shit. But
Well, yeah, because
don't-
our
but
shit's
I'm
isn't
fine.
any good.
actually, I prefer to bring my own shit. Before FJ works on a car for me, I better do it myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Hold on. I got a mod car for you here, right here. Mod 12 scale. Let's go.
Nah.
The front end looks like it was attacked by a beaver, but yeah, I can drive that.
That's all right. Better yet, this car, I gave it to the mangler. It was in one piece at Snowbirds, and he handed it back to me like this.
It was a roast car.
Yeah,
Could
but
happen,
like what
huh?
I'm trying to tell you, it used to go around the track, and now look at it. It's all fucked up.
It didn't go.
Anyway.
Trust me, it didn't go around good before I took it apart. Trust me, because that thing wouldn't. The front end, the arms would go up and they would stay up there. Like it was perfect. It was always doing the Y and the YMCA. They wouldn't fucking come down.
But that car was Stewart Fast at my local track.
All bound up and shit. You couldn't even like how. You didn't even need springs.
It's extra front dumping.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So, all right. Well, anyway, we've kept you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Anyway,
Max.
guys,
Take care.
Thanks and see ya.
Be good.
Yep. Take care.
Have a great
Bye-bye.
night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that was
All right.
fun.
That was Max Mockler. Who doesn't like Max Mockler? Come on.
I don't know.
So I don't know. Anyway, so we ignored everyone who's been adding comments for the most part. I always like saying, "Hi, Phil. I hope to see you in October."
Hey, Phil.
Um, And then
Buy an RC car and sell it to next week. You can do that.
oh wow, yeah, he should show up to the race, buy a new car, and then run it and
Just
then
sell
sell
it.
it.
Yeah.
And we got lots of people who are planning on coming out to this event. We have people traveling from all over the world. So hopefully, people like Max and Mark will, consider coming out for the NYGP. I know they were talking about it, and hopefully they end up making it out. It should be good. It's how I'm going to kick off and almost end my entire carpet racing season. But yeah, it should be great. I'm probably going to be in the D main there, so it's all right.
Not in 12 scale. You'll be all right.
Yeah, maybe. I think I'm just going to run 12 scale at that event. Frankly, just
I mean,
let's
you
be
have
serious.
you have a million bajillion laps there, so it's not like
Yeah.
the driver's stand, the feel.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's kind of
And
like me. It's like me at Snowbirds. There's something about that driver's stand in that room that
Mhm.
I do fairly decent at there, and I don't know why. It's just whatever that combination, that driver's stand inside that room, things kind of work.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
As
same
long
with
as
you.
yeah, we'll see. Anyway, yeah, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna run 12 scale only, and then what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my stuff, my 12 scale stuff, I'm gonna mail it to Wayne Gerber because
So it's
I'm gonna
already
then
in. So it's already in Cleveland.
it's already on like that side of the country, so I just need to send it 2 states over, and then it'll be in Ohio. Because then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mail all my fucking horse shit, asphalt shit to your house.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna show up on the plane with with like maybe like my radio and a charger, and
okay.
that's it.
Well, good.
So
I'm
it'll at
glad you're
least
actually
cut down
working
on
these
like
fucking details
luggage.
out.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you now. So this is what we're doing. So I think
Okay.
it'll work.
All
What
right.
could go wrong?
They get
Comes
lost.
up, like it comes in a box. It used to be like this, and now it's and just
Yeah,
smashed
exactly.
in.
Yeah. I mean, or lost or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, anything. So
Just don't have it
should be great.
arrive like the day before.
No, it's gonna get shipped 3 weeks beforehand
Oh, okay. All
because
right.
like eventually it'll be raining here, and I won't be able to do anything. So I'll just be like, here you go.
Okay.
So
Fair enough.
anyway,
So what'd you end up doing today? Anything?
working.
Working? All right.
Yeah, yesterday working.
Yeah.
I raced on Saturday. I felt really good about my cars, and I was
Going
looking
into the
for
day?
no, even like after round 1, I felt really
Okay.
good about the cars.
Okay.
And then I was like, you know what? I need to find something. All
Right.
right. And so I was like, well, let's start changing things.
You need to get
What
better.
could go wrong?
Right.
And it just fucking it went right into the goddamn garbage can. The shit was fucking terrible. And
We're making good choices.
well, yeah, but at least now I know. Like I'm not going to do that again.
Right.
And I do think if I just took some camber gain out of the front end of the car, it could have been okay. And
See,
I'm
I didn't
almost to the
even
point.
suggest that because I figured you would have already done it.
Yeah, no, I didn't do it. And
Because
I
you're all
thought about
about
it.
it lately.
Well, I was all about it once I figured out that was a thing, but then I forgot. Because the funny part was I made all these spring changes and like front end top deck changes and all this other shit. And in the infield, the fucking car felt like a carpet car. And I was like, oh God, this is going to be terrible. Because it was like fucking cutting. And I was like, oh yeah. And then it would just like at high speed shit, it would just like want to go like this. And then go down the straightaway. It's fucking evil. And I even made it to the point where the DBX feels racy, but in a bad way. Because that was really what I was trying to figure out was how can I run a DBX body and have it not feel like a fucking semi truck.
I think you need to get off those bent springs, but that's a whole other story.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna raise my roll centers, and I just don't know which car I'm gonna raise the roll centers on. I think I'll raise the roll centers on my old car, and just see what happens. Like I'm gonna go to something that like is normal, and see what plays out.
All right. Yeah, I mean, hey, at least you got to race and you had some fun. Did you not after practice didn't do anything? Didn't figure out anything there?
I ran a lot of batteries,
Yeah,
and
see, fucking Max agrees with me.
yeah, it's all
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
He's not here anymore. It's fine.
Yo, he's here in
Um,
spirit. He's still
oh
fucking
yeah,
listening.
yeah, like yeah, he's here like herpes. Anyway,
Oh wow,
um,
that's aggressive. I mean, Jesus Christ.
yeah, anyway. So but yeah, I basically spent most of the time peeling back the onion that I created, and eventually figured out that that was the that was really the problem. He doesn't like being called herpes,
No, no
apparently.
one does. I mean, do you? I mean, come on.
No, but whatever. It's funny.
All right.
But yeah. So I don't know. Like the past time we went racing, I had wanted to spend the night. This was before my fucking car became a rocket ship.
Rocket ship,
I
yeah.
had wanted to spend the night like trying tons of things, and then I did a lot of that during racing, and I I kind of I had to go reset back to where I started at, and I was like, fuck, this is some bullshit. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I did try a few things though, just to like see where they were and like try to get a basis of understanding. And I tried a twister body for about like 3 minutes,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, this is probably very good. And I was like, but I'm not going to run this anymore because I can't.
Hmm.
So I just put that aside. And then I ran a DBX and a non-DBX. Um, uh, yeah, so Max is suggesting I pull a Donnie Leo with my car, which is basically just run it full steam into something.
Yeah, he did that the week before. He launched off some fucking dude's shit.
Yeah,
There was video.
but that wasn't on purpose. Like,
Yeah.
it's when you fucking just go,
Yeah,
bam,
no, no,
right
no,
into
no,
a
no.
wall.
No,
So
you
anyway,
break the car and destroy it because then you have to either build a new one or fix it, and hopefully it will change. Yes, I've
wow.
been there.
But this was already the rebuilt car.
Well, I
So
understand that, but
anyway,
yeah, I've been there because you fucking run and run and run, and you run within the same 4/10 for 17 runs in a row, and you're like, it still sucks. And you're like,
mhm,
fuck it. So you just drive it head on the wall because then either A, you have to replace everything and start fresh, or you'll
mhm,
break something that needs replacing anyway, and it'll be
yeah,
better. Yeah, I
yeah.
trust. I've been there.
And so so I tried a few different mounting positions of the DBX and the wing of the DBX and whatever else. Felt the same. Nothing I did with Lexan changed anything with that body.
Hmm.
Um, so then I was just trying to figure out, well, how do I make the car turn with this body? Because, and I don't think Valkyrie will have as tight of a corner. Like I had this like increasing radius thing that then went into a chicane,
Hmm.
and like the fucking thing would just plow past that chicane entry
Mm.
like crazy. And or it would turn like a dime, and then it would get to the sweeper and just like fucking spin the fuck out. Um, so anyway, yeah, I spent some time with
If you were
that.
so loose in the sweeper, why didn't you just take some droop out of the rear?
Well, I was concerned it wouldn't get into the corner then. And like the sweeper is not like a lift sweeper. It's a like you go like this and you just steer.
Well, maybe you just lift a little, roll it.
No, when you do that, it doesn't work either. The car slides out almost more.
Oh. Yeah,
It
so it
would
sounds
just
like you
like,
really need to take some fucking droop out of the rear,
well, maybe. I don't know.
or raise your right height.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I was clearly lost at that moment. And
Unlike other moments.
Yeah, yeah. I sometimes I feel like I have moments of clarity. That time I had no clarity.
Right.
It's just like everything I kept on doing was just dog shit. I was like, oh, this is fucking terrible. Anyway, and then I tried a few other things. I finished my night off with running the Racer One body,
Yeah.
and it actually felt really nice. It
Hmm.
just, and I think it could be a very good stock body.
Yeah.
But it didn't have the grip on power from modified.
Okay.
So, and like when it would lose grip under acceleration, it would be much more violent than the Evo 2 was.
Okay.
So the fucking thing would just come around like a top and it would like spin multiple times,
Hmm.
which was a little like special. So yeah, if it was up to me, I would. I don't know if it was up to me, I'd run a fucking Montec Zero body, but I can't.
Because nothing can be world legal anymore.
Well, hopefully, Clayton will help solve body problems. He probably won't do anything, but I have hopes that he's going to do something.
Yeah, this
And
call could be like a big fucking smoke and mirrors.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I hope not.
Yeah.
The real question was also, did I try an Imola? I tried an Imola 2 weeks ago or something like that. It was okay. It didn't have enough. It didn't really have enough steering for me.
And it's still not legal.
But no, the Imola is legal.
Oh.
But it might feel like kind of like a DBX. I didn't spend enough time on a DBX back then either. The one thing that was interesting about the Racer 2, Racer 1, which I don't think would be good at Valkyrie, was when it got into the chicane, when it was doing this like transition, the back rolled a lot. And so it took a while to bring it back over. And all I could think of was like, how do I get through that chicane onto the straightaway at Valkyrie? And I was like, ooh, I don't know if that's going to work.
Big rear bar.
Maybe. I don't have a 1.6 rear bar though. So I also tried, the funny thing is I tried a few other things. I tried my car without bars. Without bars in the front, without bars in the rear. The car without bars in the front actually told me that my bar was too heavy.
Okay.
At that point in time.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, if the front's disconnected is good, then the back disconnected is even better. No. I had like pretty much no rear end stability at that point in time.
Yeah. No. I've been down that road.
My car just had too much natural turn in it at that point in time. So yeah, I don't know. Something I need to like think about how to remove, how to work on it. And the other funny part is like what I should be doing at this very second is I should only be running express tires. But I'm not. So I'm still running our Contact A34 tires or 34A, whatever they are.
Right.
So I don't know.
Well, this weekend, if you show the fuck up, you can run all the express tires you want.
Will they have them?
Yeah.
Okay. That was one of my concerns was like, am I going to show up and there's going to be no tires? Because I'd be really fucking mad.
No, Joe has tires.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I'm sure Vera could probably pick some up or something too if we really wanted him to.
Yeah.
He knows a guy. And hell, fucking maybe Joaquin will even show up and then you could go. You and Joaquin are tight. You could just fucking call him. Are you coming?
I don't know if I'm that tight, but I could call somebody. Sure.
Yeah. I think you are.
So, all right.
Huh.
So all right. Well, I don't know. I'm going to make my decision tomorrow. Mostly so I can't get heckled about it today. And
all right, give me a second. Hold on.
Okay. You got to take a PP?
Yeah. Yeah. Talk.
All right. So one of the other things I did try was, and I'm going to show people like a different version of this thing, is a T-brace on the front of the car. And I did this on like my very first battery pack, which probably wasn't the best decision in the world, realistically. But I did it on my very first battery pack, and I had a J Concept body on, and it was on the newly rebuilt car, um, which has the new style chassis on it that has the 4 holes that can accept these screw holes at the front. And it was an interesting like test and an interesting kind of like sensation that was occurring. It really felt like the adding the T-brace mangler to the front of the car.
Yeah, it says turned a lot.
Yeah, it really felt like I put an aggressive front top deck on the car.
Yeah.
And I thought that was interesting. And like I I realized I was trying to test a lot of things at once, and so I was kind of getting myself a little bit lost with 2 cars and
Mhm.
like 4 different body mounting positions and this, that, whatever else.
Mhm.
But this T-brace thing has inspired me to almost to put a new chassis on my old touring car, just so I could put this on again,
Right.
because I was thinking it could be a good thing to try to help make the DBX turn,
Mhm.
but I still think I'm going to try to make the DBX turn in other ways. So I think I'm gonna move a bunch of weight, and
I don't think you're gonna have the problem making a turn down here though,
maybe,
because I mean, I
maybe.
ran your car, right, and I ran your
Hmm.
car with a DBX,
Yep.
and it was, yes, it was a little bit on the tight side, but there was, I didn't get crazy with things, I was just,
Hmm.
I was trying to see at the time also which car was just better,
Hmm.
and I mean, I did put some more work on it that morning, ran about 5 batteries through it, and changing some things, and it wasn't horrible. Like it was, you know, it could be better, obviously, but it wasn't
Hmm.
horrible. So, and like it wasn't a, it was a little bit of a turn in thing, but again, I think we got to go back to the springs, but that's the other stuff.
Maybe. Well, and the funny part was I was complaining about the turn in on the car with the DBX body. So
Yeah,
basically, I had identical cars for the most part. The only thing that's really different is one car has a bigger battery in it.
yeah,
So it doesn't necessarily transition as fast,
yeah.
but
It feels more
it
nimble
almost
with a lighter battery.
yeah, but it almost feels like I like how the heavier battery drives.
Okay.
Um, but that's just me. Anyway, so the thing at the end of running through Qual 1, and this is, like my big battery car, the new car that was just rebuilt, and it had the J Concept body on. I could tell you, getting into that increasing radius corner and then hitting through a chicane, the car still didn't have enough steering there. And so I was thinking, I was like, well, fuck, I got to change this car too, not just the other car. And um, yeah, so like I got to figure out what to do to just get a little more turn after the car's been turning already. And yeah, I don't know. Haven't figured that out yet. So,
Yeah, especially if you didn't, if you, I mean, if you didn't want, if you wanted to lose more turn in but gain the exit, you could just go to Type 1 and the soft spring,
mhm.
and that'll give you more exit.
Exit was fine. It was
Okay.
just getting into the motherfucking corner. It
Yeah.
didn't want to.
Yeah.
And like I was trying to do it without robbing the car of rear grip.
Yeah, of course. Yep.
So, because I could make the car slide more, but I
Yeah.
don't want to.
Nope. I'm with you. Yeah.
Because
I'm like with
I can make
Max.
the car
I like to have a level of comfortability, you
yeah.
know. So, but yeah.
And so, the reality is I could also just say, I hope we never fucking run that way on that goddamn track, blah blah blah, and it'll never be a fucking problem. And that's probably true to some degree.
Yeah.
All right? And I could even, I don't know if anyone really cares, but I could show you what the corner was And
They don't care.
yeah, they don't care. I don't even know what the fucking corner's called, but I can tell you
A left-hander.
I didn't like it. Yeah,
Maybe you just need more oval racing experience. That's
maybe that's what it is. Could
yeah.
be.
So
Oh,
anyway.
and then so I don't have a picture of this, but the guys, and this is mostly down to the Danilchek brothers.
Hmm.
They are some smart people.
Yes,
All
they
right.
are. Yep.
They may not be pretty. All right. They may not be handsome. They're definitely not fat. All right. I can
Yeah.
tell you these guys. I think a strong wind might blow them over.
Yeah.
But
The Pacific Northwest heroin chic, huh?
yeah, they definitely have this London heroin chicness to them.
Yeah.
And but they're some smart motherfuckers. Now,
Yeah.
the funny part is like each of the two brothers tries to one up each other sometimes, which is kind
Oh
of
yeah,
fun.
with the smartness.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so so Jake had come up with a barrier system that I would never think of. Okay.
Mhm.
He basically, he took what he could find at Home Depot. All right.
Right.
And he
I love
had it
Home
set up
Depot.
where there were two like rain gutters,
Okay.
and they were, so there's like, let's say it's 10 foot long. And so he had them overlapping, and
Okay.
there was like, so basically like here's one 10-foot section, and here's another 10-foot section, and there was 2 rows of them, and they were velcroed together, which is interesting. And they even prevented 8-scale electric on-road cars from going underneath them
Okay.
onto the straightaway,
How did the rain
which
gutter hold up to that?
it
Because
just
they're just
didn't.
aluminum.
No,
You
they're
figure they.
plastic.
Oh, they're plastic. Okay.
Yeah, they're plastic. And so they had the whole straightaway covered in this thing.
Okay.
And then at the end, he had like some foam that you would use to make like a pillow.
Yep.
And then inside of that were 50-pound weights.
Okay.
So they didn't fucking move at all. And so anyway, it was an interesting like attempt at how to prevent, cars from going across a lane.
Yeah.
The only part that probably wasn't so great was I don't think it damaged many cars, at least unless you hit them on the straightaway at the round things.
Yeah.
But if anyone hit those round things that had the 50-pound weights in it,
You broke a C hub or something, right?
you broke something. All right.
Yeah.
You moved a motor, you broke an arm, you did
Right.
something. Okay. And then in the infield, the worst thing that would really happen was like an F1 would like suck itself underneath it, like the
Yeah.
wing would get caught.
Yeah.
A touring car would generally like just kind of bounce off of it or graze it.
Yep.
But yeah, so those guys they're looking at certain like different solutions.
Yeah. Problem
So
solvers.
we'll see what they come up with. And they were telling me that they had a different rain gutter design, and I've seen it, but they only had little sections of it. And they were like, well, in Salem, Oregon, which is the capital of Oregon, which is, I don't know, like basically 4 hours south. They're
Yeah.
like, this Home Depot has 300 pieces of this stuff. We might go down there and get it. And I'm like, you guys are fucking out of your minds.
Hey, you gotta appreciate the dedication.
Yeah, I totally appreciate the stupidity and yeah, their enthusiasm. The funny part was we like one of the things they wanted to try was just whatever we've done at Jackson, which was basically a 4x4 post cover with a 4x4 in it.
Yeah.
Because that you'd start telling people about barriers that are 4x4s, and bitches start shutting up quickly. They're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, that's a barrier," and then they start saying, "Oh, I like this other thing you came up with."
Right.
When they have to see what a 4x4 looks like. But for some reason they couldn't find any 4x4 material, the cover material.
Why don't they just fucking cut down a tree?
That could be a thing. Maybe we could do like a tree on the half shell or something.
Yeah. Like these motherfuckers, they're pretty resourceful.
Yeah,
I mean,
and actually
you're
that'd
up
be
there.
good
I mean, fucking just cut you down a tree and fucking
if we
whittle
did
you out
that.
some wood.
there'd be less leaves on the track
Yeah.
and less shade. So we should just cut down the fucking tree on the back straight. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. And then just make. Where'd you guys get the boards at? Well, it was a fucking tree. Fucking dogwood. That's what we're using.
Yeah.
Fresh Pacific dogwood.
Yeah. Here's the cottonwood tree that was littering on the
Cottonwood or
track.
whatever it was. Yeah.
Motherfuckers. Anyway, so
Good.
yeah, I don't know. So we'll see how that pans out. There's one more scheduled outdoor race weekend. Not this Saturday, but the following Saturday. So I think that's September 2nd. And yeah, so we'll see what we put together. And then there seems to be a bunch of guys who are going to try to run mod or at least just run touring cars on Thursday night.
Oh.
So I think I'm going to show up on Thursday and we'll fucking tool around a little bit.
Okay.
I have sad news. I broke my IR lap counter.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So I have another.
What is your dog's barking at?
Probably the food delivery guys here, like the Amazon Fresh guy or some shit. So,
God.
Whatever. It happens, man. He's a little yappy chihuahua. What is he supposed to do? He barks.
I mean, all the people at 360 are missing this,
No, they only missed it when he barked at Albin, like he was going to take his fucking head off. So, and then more like Albin was going to make him into L13, like Phil Trotta kept on joking. Those fucking guys. Anyway, but
you broke your iLap counter.
Yeah, I broke that fucking thing. So I got to see if
I can.
It? It demounted and it dragged and it broke the little fucking sensor.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, I agree. I think it sucks.
Can you just solder it up?
I would have to open up the case and figure out how to put a new sensor on it.
Oh.
So that's a few emails I haven't sent yet this week.
Well, just give it to Daniel Checks. They'll fucking figure it out.
They might. They're good like that. But yeah.
I was talking to, I think it was Jake, and he was talking about, we were talking about some body things, and I'm like, well, why don't you just do this? And he's like, well, how would you do that? And I'm like, I cut out some Lexan. It took me like 3 minutes, and I showed him, and I'm like, you're a fucking smart guy. I'm sure you could do better with it out more than 3 minutes. And I was like, but here's proof of concept. And he's like, all right. So I go, hey, send message him back. I'm like, so did you ever, go with that, idea? And he's like, nah, I was on fucking track barrier duty all weekend.
Yeah.
Like, all right, fair enough.
Yeah. So. What are you guys trying to make ground effects now? Is that what's happening?
Yeah, we're doing some stuff.
Yeah. All right.
We'll see.
I don't think ground effects is illegal on your touring car. I just don't think there's a rule about it.
There's a lot. I have dug through the Roar rule book, and there's some.
Are you going to be at 15, 20 grams? Is that what's going on?
There's some fucking gray areas that we can play in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bunch of years ago, Cyril tried to play in some of those gray areas, and he made like some wheel shrouds that you'd put in the touring car and some other stuff. He 3D printed a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
We're not running them now, so I'm assuming it didn't work. But I think some of the problem is some of the stuff is sometimes heavy, and usually it's kind of fragile.
Yeah. So. He made, and when I had my track in Ohio, he came down and he had these he made these 3D printed wings.
Yeah. Everyone loved those.
Those things were literally you put the wing on and you went faster. Like I'm like, oh my God. But the problem is you roll over once, it's fucking done.
Broken half. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, those were, and that's why I still have in my back of my head, I'm like, we could be doing better.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
Anyway.
So all right. Well, I do think Mangler, if you put your noggin on something, I think you can come up with a good idea. I'm confident.
I usually have. But sometimes it just comes down to like motivation to sit there and whittle something out, and I don't have a 3D printer or anything, and I don't know how to use AutoCAD. So
Yeah, I think there's enough people that do though.
yeah, but I'm just kind of a Dremel guy. Like, just give me some fucking something in a Dremel, and I'll make.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys.
101
Like,
bitches.
I'll fucking Dremel some shit out and fucking make something or do something, and then I'm like, all right, here, you're fucking smart. Make the real thing. Like,
You're the prototype guy.
yeah. Like, but here, go make this pretty and make it work. And yeah. So I've had many oval chassis where I dremeled it out, just kind of get close to where I wanted, and I'm like, okay, this works. All right, here, go make this one nice, and this doesn't look like you fucking chewed on it with a beaver.
I like that.
Yeah. So
I definitely appreciate that.
but anyway.
But yeah. So I'll know tomorrow if I'll be in. I'm assuming Miami Saturday morning.
Okay.
So, but
going to Miami. No.
Yeah. And hey, if things go bad, I'll just go to South Beach. It'll be great.
Yeah.
So,
hey. So, but if people don't know, the Roar Nationals entries are open. So if you want to go to
they finally got a flyer out. So.
Yeah, the flyer that the track provided. Yes, they got that one out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't Roar putting flyers out these days?
From what word on the street is they're having issues.
Well, we see that, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah.
Anyway.
So anyway.
The problem is they do have an aggressive schedule of events that they're trying to pull off.
Right.
So, for like really not having a paid employee, they have one, but like, it's not a shock that certain things aren't happening. So
yeah,
it is what
anyway,
it is.
Hey, entries are open. There's fucking motherfuckers who have signed up.
Oh yeah? You want to go look at the signups? Let's just go through that real fast. Yeah, let's do it just for fun.
Let's see if I've got bumped out of the A main yet.
Okay. Yeah. Let's look. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Right.
I know that as of the other day, I was still in the A main.
Oh shit. All right, and we're talking about the 5th scale worlds. Is that what we're talking about?
No. Roar Paved Nationals.
Oh, okay. All right, let's see who's there. All right. There's nobody entered. Congratulations, Mangler. You're the new Roar champion.
Yeah, kid? No, you gotta go down, kid.
Oh, okay. All right. I still think you're in the main.
I'm in the main right now.
Yeah. We got Mike G, Pedro Gonzalez, Brian Larkin, Felix Law, Monty Panzica, and Dave Vera. Not necessarily in that order.
So what? I'm 7th?
No, that's 6, baby.
I'm 6th. Yes.
Yeah, kid.
Oh shit.
I think you can beat at least one of the people on that list.
I don't
Maybe
think so.
2.
I doubt it.
And then in 17.5 touring, we have again Mike G, Pedro, Brian Larkin. We have Chris Leach, who's he's adding it in. Troy Schaefer, and then you and Dave. And then
I'm 7th in that one.
Yeah, maybe. And then 7. And then 21.5 touring. This is the class I should sign up for. There's only one guy.
Oh shit.
All right, and then F1.
Yep.
There's 2 guys.
Oh.
And USGT, 1 guy.
VTA,
one guy. And GT12, 2 guys.
2 guys. All right.
And the wait list, there is nothing on the wait list.
All right. So, hey, entries are open. So if anyone want to come out, the what is it? So go back down.
Oh, okay.
What are you doing?
I was just looking to see what was going on. I was trying to see like the flyer or something.
So like 25.5, USGT, VTA, and GT12, those are all $75 classes. So they're at a budget. They're at a discount.
They're not championship thing classes.
No, they are not championship classes.
How about F1? Is that a championship class?
Nope.
Really?
Only classes of championship are mod 17.5 and 21.5.
Wow.
Touring car.
That's a good value.
Yeah.
That is a
So,
good value.
for so folks, if you got nothing going on in October, you want to come on down.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll see some people from around the country that race
Yeah,
asphalt
yeah.
show up. So we're
You know,
talking to you, Texas. We're talking to you, California. So hopefully they show up.
yeah, yeah. Pacific Northwest.
Sure. So you know,
Maryland.
yeah. At least you got one guy from Maryland already signed up. That's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah. Mike
You
G's
know.
on it.
Yeah. So
So,
I bet
well,
G's more
cool.
excited about this race than any other race all year.
Yeah, he loves asphalt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
I like asphalt too. So
yeah, so do
anyway,
I.
we'll
The
see
real
how this
racing.
all plays out. It should be fun. And like I tried to share earlier, um, entries for the NYGP are open, and I don't know how to show a lot of that. I have a little backdrop that is the flyer, but that's just me. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Nope. All right. Yeah. So that's it. The flyer is on the screen behind us, but we can't see it. And we're very technical around here. Very technical.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, so that should be good. And they have a page on the Facebook even that covers the event, and more information will be added there. And I will pull up that page, and we will share the news. But I do have to say I really hope that we get some European presence at the event. I have a feeling these guys, they're being a little cagey right now, but they are in like worlds mode, and that's all they're
Mm-hmm.
really thinking about. Um, and so here we go. Here's the event, and there's a few people who say they're going, which is cool.
Yeah. The
And
signups are open, correct?
yeah, signups are open, and it's on RC signup.
All right.
And
UK
the
dudes. You got some
uh,
UK dudes running some 12 scale
we'll
there.
see. Yeah, the
Yeah.
people love the 12 scale,
Yep.
and I tried to post the link for the RC sign up, and I couldn't. So yeah, eventually we'll have one of the 360 V2 admins post the link, and but otherwise you go to RC sign up, you search for New York, and bam, it's there. So and yeah, so we'll see what happens. But yeah, and then we'll talk about the next race we're gonna rep next time when signups is closer for them to open up.
Okay.
And but yeah, should be a good time. And if anyone has some setup recommendations, I'm all ears right now. And how to make a DBX turn, that's what we're working on. And yeah, that's about it.
So let's talk about real racing for a second.
Okay, F1 this weekend in Spa, baby.
Yes, that is nice. Um, but speaking of F1, a former F1 champion,
Kimi.
Emmy,
Yes.
he ran a NASCAR race. I had no
At
idea
Watkins Glen.
at Watkins Glen. Those guys do not follow the same track limits that I have to on GT7, and it's a little frustrating.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, there's no track limits. It's called the wall.
Yeah, yeah. Those guys are running track like if we ran as wide as they did going into turn one, we would fucking get a penalty. And they're just fucking blowing that shit like it's nothing. But anyway. So, but no, Kimmy was the most Kimmy as he could be. It was hilarious.
He actually spoke a lot in the interview of when they put him out of the medical center because he got sent into a barrier. So
Well, yeah, but it was like the funny, like I watched a couple things with him just to see what Kimmy had to say, and they're like, he's like, is there anything? Is it what you expected? Is it more than what you expected or whatever like that? He's like, no, it was pretty much what I thought I was gonna be. It's like he's like, I just no, just racing this one race. That's it. No, I don't know. I don't give a fuck. Like it was just Kimmy was still Kimmy, and it was great to hear him fucking not give a shit about nothing. And and do all the Kimmy shit that he does, and it was awesome. Hey, hats off. It was interesting to see who else they try to pull for next year in this '91 car, but
Well, and I
anyway,
think they're going to do that like throughout the season. They're going to run a few more races.
not this year.
Oh no, okay.
No,
Well,
no, they were. This is a '91. The '91 thing was only for this weekend, and with Kimmy next year, they do plan to do a few more races. Um, but yeah, it was just kind of like he's like, and they're like, one woman asked him like, "What do you think about you used to run F1 here and the history and the all the stuff?" And he's like, "Well, I got here yesterday, so like, I mean, I know they
what
ran F.
history?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I kind of know they ran F1 here, but that was about it. Like,
yeah.
he's like, "What the
He
fuck?"
didn't
Like,
run F1 there. He
yeah,
doesn't care.
yeah, yeah. He's like, "I don't give a shit." Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
I think he would be a good time. Like we need him at like an RC event. He would be
He,
pretty funny, actually.
I think he is. I just don't think he's funny in front of the media.
Oh yeah, no, I think he's amazing though. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah. He
so
likes to party.
yeah.
What was that one race they were on there? They were on when he was racing for like Alpha, and they're like, he was like, "All right, he's 3 seconds." He's like, "Just shut the fuck up and let me drive."
That was Renault.
That was
Yeah,
Renault.
that's yeah. He was doing decent then,
Yeah,
and
they're like, he's just like, "Just shut up. I know what I'm doing." Like, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. All right, I
exactly.
got it. Like,
That's good. I'm a big fan.
yeah.
So yeah, but all right. Well, I think it's probably it.
Is it?
This is it.
All right.
So I hope to see you on Saturday,
Okay.
and if not, you can just make fun of me relentlessly next Tuesday.
Do you really want that?
Yeah, it's kind of fun
Okay.
sometimes.
All right. I
So
mean, all right.
yeah, and you know
Yeah.
what? Everyone, if you haven't met Ray, he does like to party. We can all agree he
Coors
likes to
Lights,
party.
silver bullets in hand.
Yeah, whatever it is, man, he likes to party. So yeah, I will give Ray one special message. Ray, hopefully you're not wrenching so hard, and you're just running laps. You need to be running the laps. That's the important thing. So some people just, they'll spend an entire snowbirds wrenching on their car and like only run the last qualifier. That's Ray. So yeah.
Yeah, that was
Anyway,
a pretty impressive feat.
hey,
I
I
was
think he
there.
made
I
the
sat right
amateur
across
main.
from that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost as good as that one year Donnie would stay up all night wrenching and then go to sleep and not run a qualifier either. That was pretty good too.
Yeah.
So I think their outcomes were slightly different though, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Hey,
So
to each
yeah.
their own.
Yeah. All right. See, look, I'm faster with the shocks Mangler gave me. So do you remember giving him shocks?
No.
Okay. I don't either, but that's fine. Yeah. So, all right, Mangler, be good.
Yes, you too. Hopefully, I'll
And
see you in a couple days.
yep. And we'll need tires if I show up.
All
And
right.
then, yeah. And you know what? Ray, he's always right. I agree. We're the best. We're very modest on this show.
Yes.
So, and I will put one other plug out there. This is my second podcast this week. Because what am I? What are you going to call me?
Fucking scab.
All right, I'm a scab. So there was a podcast done yesterday about the Roar Dirt 10 scale nationals in San Diego,
Oh.
and I got a bunch of feedback because I was saying there was a guy who qualified second in stock 4-wheel and in stock 2-wheel.
Okay.
His name is Mason Templeton, and apparently he's an Associated and a Reedy driver, and I was like, there's no way this guy qualified second running a Reedy motor. He did apparently qualify second running a Reedy motor.
Okay.
And that is why Brennan Schimmel passed him so easily down the fucking straightaway in countless mains. Brennan would start third, in 4-wheel and just drive right past the motherfucker. And it's because he had a radial motor. So hopefully everyone learned their lesson. Don't run radial motors if you want to win.
Wow.
Yeah,
So what
it's savage,
podcast were
but
you
it's
on?
true. The No Name RC podcast.
Okay.
So with Lefty, it was Hefty and Lefty.
And Lefty. All right.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah.
Did you
So
put some plugs in for our shit or what?
yeah, we talked about it for
Okay.
sure.
All right.
Yeah. And there's also a free Sumpedao battery giveaway
Okay.
if you comment on either the Facebook or the YouTube page for that episode. And you have to answer a few questions. So the first one is, how many national championships does Ryan Cavallari have? The number is fucking staggering. All right?
Mhm.
And then the follow-up is, when was his first win? Where was it? And what was the class?
Okay.
So if you know those answers, you get a free 2S Sumpedao battery shipped to your house.
Nice.
So
All right.
we'll see. There's been people guessing with like some really bad wrong answers. So
Oh wow.
if you Google him, the internet is not correct about how many national championships he has. It's more than you would imagine.
Right.
So,
Well, cool.
I think when you like look on the side of the Associated box,
Yeah.
it must be like almost he did all of them. It's really ridiculous.
Wow.
So yeah, it's pretty impressive. So anyway, all right, guys. But yeah, so that's the news here. And hopefully I'll know tomorrow. And
All right.
hopefully I'll see you.
All right, man. Hopefully
All
so.
right.
Oh, also like and subscribe our shit because hey, we could use some help too.
Yeah. We could definitely use help.
Yeah.
Like mental help, fashion advice,
monetary. I don't know, whatever.
maybe a haircut.
Something.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So like and subscribe and share. We're on Twitch. We got 2 fans on Twitch. That's always good.
All right.
And then we're on Facebooks and the YouTubes. So
do it up.
All right.
All right. Thanks everyone.
Later, Mangler.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.